Hey there, Baconeers! Welcome back to another amazingly delicious episode of Bacon with Billy. On one of my recent travels to the Baconverse, I met a very peculiar person. I was on my way to the Golden Griddle Peaks, nestled beyond the smoky highlands and just past the treacherous river of rendered riches. The Golden Griddle Peaks are said to be the birthplace of the very first strip of bacon. I have to be honest, I was intrigued, and since we're traveling across the Baconverse, exploring the versatile deliciousness of what bacon is and pushing the limits of what bacon can be, I thought this would be a really grand adventure to go on. But somewhere between the smoky maple highlands and the river of rendered riches, I happened upon an epic battle of sorts. A battle between what looked like one man and what I could only assume to be a horde of vampires. Little did I know this was an epic battle, decades in making, between Gideon Greasefire and Count Bacula. And that's what this episode is about, my bacon-loving friends. This is about the story of Gideon Greasefire. But before we talk about Gideon Greasefire, I really want to talk about Count Bacula, because he wasn't always a creature of the night. No, he was actually a man, a noble bacon connoisseur for my research, a champion of the crisp, if you will, until one fateful night when he bit into a cursed strip of bacon, infused with the forbidden essence of tofu sorcery that haunts the dark corners of the Baconverse. He was no longer a man, but a creature of the night. He could only sustain himself by draining the bacon from its crispiness, leaving it limp, lifeless. Now, Gideon Greasefire is a legend in the Baconverse, from what I understand. He didn't wield a silver dagger or brandish himself with holy symbols. No, Gideon, his weapon of choice, was something more potent, far more delicious: garlic, chili, pepper, bacon. The Baconverse is so expansive. I was not even aware of the potential dangers that lurk in the night. Like the fact that there were even vampires. How was I supposed to know? Which, I've come to understand that these are duly named the Order of the Undercooked. I've been doing a lot of research and making sure that I'm educating myself on the Baconverse and all of the ways that travelers arm themselves while exploring this region of the Baconverse. And I gotta say, the list is quite expansive, like a super long list. But I've narrowed down to 3 of my favorite weapons. I learned that the Poi Trim Fume arm themselves with baconettes, and that's a bacon bayonet, if you couldn't figure that out. These guns are loaded with garlic bacon bullets that could deliciously disintegrate one of the horde in a deliciously decimating shot. Now, imagine the absolute thickest piece of bacon in your life and then double it and use this to whack the vampires with all your might, inflicting bacon blunt force trauma. And one of my absolute favorites is pocket bacon bits. Not only will you disorient your attacker, if you're hungry on your journey, you've got a little bacon snack to nibble on. Just don't eat all your pocket bacon bits, because that would be bad. In fact, that's one of the difficulties in this brutal bacon brawl. The poor souls are not only struggling with fending off vampires, but with the allure of consuming smoked, crispy weapons that are their only defense. My first time meeting Gideon, he was locked in this greasy combat with the evil vampire Count Bacula and his thralls, the Order of the Undercooked. I was frozen in my tracks, watching this epic battle. I didn't even realize that he was about to be overrun by the rare steak-loving fiends. Gideon was on the brink of death, and he looked at me. We locked eyes. He reached out, and he was looking for help, and I didn't have anything. I didn't know what I could do. All I did, and all I could do, was toss him one of my famous bacon bourbon bacons. Little did I know, it would give him the strength he needed to bake the order of the undercooked until they were burnt. So crisp, like similar to extra burnt bacon. They ended up just crumbling to dust. So much so that Gideon dropped to his knees and swore his loyalty to me, and I was like, whoa, man. I assured him that was not necessary. I am no William Wallace. So he gave me his last package of garlic pepper bacon. And that, my friends, is what we're gonna bake on this episode of Bacon with Billy. So, let's get these delicious bacons panned and in the oven. Gonna break this up here. Oh yeah, this smells so good. I'm so excited for this episode of Bacon with Billy. And this bacon is thick. It's a nice thick cut bacon. I mean, look at the thickness. Look at the fat to protein ratio of this bacon. And look how thick it is. Oh man, I am so excited for this episode. All right, so let's just get our bacons panned on this delicious bacon pan. I'm thinking about actually buying up a new bacon pan because this one has gone through the ringer a couple times. If you know, you know. By the way, do you remember the rules to bacon? I know it's been a while since we baked some bacon. On this show, Bacon with Billy, we've been focusing more on the exploring the versatile deliciousness. This is exploring the versatile deliciousness of what bacon is, but we've been pushing the limits of what bacon can be. Oh man, there's a bunch of garlic on here. Oh gosh, look at the delicious fat to protein ratio of this bacon. Oh yeah, look at all that. That's gonna bake up very nicely. That is going to bake up nicely. And boom! Now there is some marinade on here. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it on, I suppose. I just want all the stuff in there. Now that we got these bacons panned, let's pop them in the oven at a cool 375 degrees for 25 minutes. Oh, it's nice and warm. I'll see you in 25 delicious minutes. Hey, come here. Yeah, closer. Come close. Whoa, jeez. Oh, man, too close. Back up a little bit. Hey, I just wanted to say I would love it if you joined me on my adventures across the Baconverse. Hit the subscribe button for more bacon deliciousness because we are on a journey exploring the versatile deliciousness of what bacon is and pushing the limits of what bacon can be. And there's a lot of fun, exciting, bacon delicious episodes right here on Bacon with Billy coming up this year in 2025. And I'm so excited to have you along for the ride. But you gotta hit subscribe because otherwise you'll just miss out on all the delicious episodes. So if you can, hit subscribe and join us on the adventure across the Baconverse. I'm so excited. I'll see you in 25 delicious minutes. This bacon is smelling so good. Deliciously good. I think the oven's performance was a sizzling success. Let's pull these bacons out and give them the encore that they deserve. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that delicious crispiness right there. That looks amazingly delicious. I'm so excited to let these bacons cool off Ooh, got a little bacon kiss on my hand. We're gonna let these bacons cool off, and then we're gonna taste test them and see how delicious they actually are. Just dab these bacons off just a little bit. Just give me a light dab. Just, yeah. Aggressively light dabs. You know, there is a painting of Gideon Greasefire at a local tavern shoving a piece of this garlic chili pepper bacon down the throat of Count Crispula, another one of Gideon's bacon-hating arch nemesises. I don't know about you, but that is definitely one way you can push the limits of what bacon can be. We've got these bacons plated. I'm super excited to give these bacons a try. Oh man, this bacon tastes phenomenal. Just like Count Bacula, I would die for this bacon. It's so good. It's like the perfect balance of heat and meat, like a duel, but everyone wins. If your taste buds had eyebrows, they'd be singed off right now. This bacon has a bite even a vampire would respect. It's so good. It's not overpowerful or anything like that. It's garlicky. Get a little bite. Oh, yeah. Delicious. Oh, man. Hey, thank you so much for joining me on this delicious episode of Bacon with Billy. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Because we're on a journey across the Baconverse, exploring the versatile deliciousness of what bacon is. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And pushing the limits of what bacon can be. And I would love to have you along for the journey. And let me know in the comments. And by the way, I got this bacon from the Pig of the Month Barbecue Club. Really great. They have a bacon subscription. If you like bacon like I do, you might enjoy their bacon subscription, as I have. But thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I will see you in the next episode of Bacon with Billy. Deliciousness. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.